Cognitive dissonance theory is a communication theory that discusses a person's feelings of discomfort caused by inconsistent attitudes, thoughts, and behaviors, and also motivate a person to take steps to reduce the discomfort. The theory of cognitive was developed by Leon Festinger in 1957. Festinger defined cognitive dissonance as a psychological state. Cognitive dissonance is mental pressure and mental discomfort experienced excessively by an individual who holds two or more conflicting. There is two principles of cognitive dissonance theory. First, a person experiencing dissonance will avoid situations that produce more dissonance. Second, this theory can also be defined as a center on how a person tries to get consistency that is in line with their attitude and behavior.
Dissonance cognitive theory is a communication theory. It used comprehensively as an approach to understand communication and social influence. This theory refers to a situation involving conflicting attitude, belief, and behavior. It's happened on every single human being. What causes to a cognitive dissonance is a forced compliance behavior, decision-making, and effort. Dissonance can be condensed in one of three ways: by changing existing belief, adding new belief, or reducing the importance of the belief.
Next, I will talk about the history of cognitive dissonance theory. This theory first described in 1957 by psychologist named Leon Festinger. This theory is an important part of the social history of psychology. Festinger used consonance for the consistency and the motivated use dissonance for the inconsistency. It happens when someone feels uncomfortable with their own behavior. This theory tested by Festinger and Carl Smith in 1959 at Laboratory Experiment Hall. This theory considers that when people hold two inconsistent psychology, dissonance will arise.
Elements of theory cognitive dissonance. According to the theory, the first element of theory cognitive dissonance is decision making. As everyone knows, life is about how people can make a right decision for their life, and decision also as a general rule to arouse dissonance. A person must make a right decision among several options, even they do not agree with the choices. They may experience a cognitive dissonance. The second one is forced compliance behavior. A person may have to do things that they disagree with the job, maybe because to avoid bullying, abuse, or to follow the law. And the last one is effort. For instance, if we put an effort into a task and the task turns out badly, we will experience dissonance. In the end, to reduce this dissonance, all of us are motivated to think the task turned out well.
Ways to apply this theory in life. There are three parts of life. First is in individual life, second is in group, lastly is organization life. Okay, today I want to tell you how to apply this theory in individual life. Most of women believe to be appreciated must be beautiful and attractive. For example of beauty standard is fair skin, slim body, flawless, and pointed nose. For women who do not pass the beauty standard, have to be more creative in communicate to be appreciated as human being, so they continue to be confined rather than socialized. It happens because they believe even though they try to be socialized, they will always be looked down upon because of their look. By using this theory, they will feel nothing of being introvert. So that's all from me.
Secondly is a group. For your information, a group is a combination of individuals in the form of a community that works together to achieve certain goals and objectives. Festinger 1957 describes social groups as sources of cognitive dissonance. It is disagreement from others in the group, resulting in conflict and subsequent movement towards group consensus. He did 3 studies to confirm cognitive dissonance can be used in the groups. All the studies show 3 different types of situation that can be occur in the groups called cognitive dissonance. For example, a group leader decide for his member even though his opinion is not true, but in his interest and try to convince himself and remove guilt by starting the decision for the good of each group members.
Third, organization. Politics and corruption are becoming commonplace in the world of the politics. Many politicians have decided to work in politics not just because for their benefit for the public, but also for their personal gain and their own interests. For an instance, during the election period, many politicians have decided to both of the Malaysian Election Commission (SPR). The politician is doing this and effort to find a quick way to win hot contested seat and office. The politician experienced dissonance when he realized that all his rival candidates that are not mortal. In addition, when the SPR member is blinded by the bribery, but he also does not want to violate the law of the country, he also experienced the cognitive dissonance. Therefore, we must take steps to overcome cognitive dissonance by establishing our belief and justifying all the action.
So the conclusion that I can make from the cognitive dissonance theory is, first, it said that people tend to avoid anything that makes them uncomfortable or increases their dissonance. Second, this theory also helps us to constantly make sense of outside world. For example, it helps us to make a wise and practical decision based on our current situation, as any choice and decision needs an awareness. Third, this theory also said about how we as humans choose to respond, and most of us choose to respond in a ways that make us truly joyful. Next, the cognitive dissonance theory also disapprove of the principle of reinforcement by demonstrating that people enjoy to suffering for things. And lastly, this theory has influenced into a new era of mini theories. I think that's all from our group. Thank you.